How's it going, everyone? Brett Allison back with another video here at Performance Motorcoaches in Woodford, Texas. I am standing in front of a really pretty sold Renegade Classic. This is this 45-foot CMR, very popular floor plan. We've had a few roll in and out of the shop. I don't foresee them slowing down anytime soon. Very popular, pretty floor plan. If you like it, I'm sorry, because it is sold. Sold, going home next, actually this tomorrow. It's Sunday right now. We're making videos tomorrow, Monday. Customer's going to show up. I think he's going to stay with us a few days before he takes off. But this one will be going back home next week. So wanted to point out a few things that this coach has that we didn't add at our dealership, but what was added at the factory. So you'll see the additional clearance lights up front, all the way down the sides. You see the marker lights. You know, I've got them on, show them off. Of course, you got the underglow lighting, front to back awnings. We asked Victor when we were building this coach, well, how many awnings do you want? And he said, yes. So come around this side. He's got all the shade you could ever want. We've got 4 awnings on this coach, so lights all the way down. Makes it really pretty. 2 benefits from this. 1 major benefit, shade no matter where you're at, whether the sun's on this side, that side. The other benefit, if you run these out and hit the highway, I think you gain about 2 miles per gallon for your fuel mileage, so really good benefit there. Don't recommend it on windy days. So basically in West Texas you won't get to do that, but if you're somewhere north where you don't have wind, you're going to gain maybe 2 miles per gallon. We didn't do the blackout package on this, but we have added a few upgrades. We didn't really go nuts with this one. Victor just kind of liked it the way it is. Renegade puts a really nice coach together, so it's hard to argue with someone when they don't want any more upgrades. So we did add the Herd 200. This is the Herd 200 bumper, so polished. We do the options. Next door we've got the same bumper in a satin finish blackout package. This coach looks really good with the chrome, so we're going to leave it be. Opens really easy. Latch. This folds down. I'm going to open the hood up so I can show you something else we've done. You may notice before I open this hood, can't really tell all 3 of these are tinted, so there's nothing to compare to. But we did the clear UV ceramic film on the windshield, 30% on the sides, which is Texas legal limit. It's dark enough to give you some benefit and keep the heat off of you, but light enough to where night driving, your mirrors are still very functional. You don't feel like you can't see out of the mirror. So safety is key, and it's important. So we want to keep sure, make sure you can see what's going on. I'm gonna undo this other latch over here. Roll this hood forward. Look how pretty and glossy this paint is, though. So it may be hard to see on the camera, preferably probably because it's so light. But we did the steering stabilizer. So there's a bar down there, a big blue bar. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's kind of dark in here. But that's the steering stabilizer. So it gives you a little bit more sense of control. I think it absorbs some of the noise, or not the noise, but the road vibrations. You get a little less feel in your steering wheel, so it makes it feel for a more stable ride. These coaches drive really, really well without it, but there's always room for improvement. So that's what we try to do. I think we maybe added the horn blasters on this coach. So the horn blasters is the brand. It's a new air horn, so they're always underneath the cab. It's always the original horn that comes out from a factory is a plastic one. Can't see it. I wouldn't even try to video that, but we take the plastic one off, replace it with, it's a single horn that comes on there. We replace it with 2 horns. They're metal, a lot more fun. I think my favorite part of installing them is just being able to have fun with the guys in the shop. The parts guys walk by the front of the coach. We're inside working. Give them a little toot, keep everybody on their toes. We don't need coffee around here. We just give them a blast with the horn. Keep the parts guys on their toes. I'm going to unlatch this hood, close this back up. I think, hopefully once Victor gets here, we're going to talk this guy into some ceramic coating. Dark colors are the best ones to coat. The full coach would get buffed and polished. We do the glass, mirrors, everything, paint. We generally don't do the wheels. We can if you like. Do the cargo doors. Of course, the sides of the slides get done. The full coach gets buffed and polished, so it's really, really glossy. Not much to complain about on the paint. but it would get even glossier with the ceramic. So Victor, I'm talking to you. We got to do ceramic on this coach. On the outside, we didn't do a whole lot. I believe we have a doorbell to be mounted. Customer sent, we haven't done it yet. Haven't done that at all yet, but we've done the customer, he also sent us a dash cam, so we'll see that when we get inside, but we did add the dash cam. Not too much around the outside to talk about. We are doing the Air Force One for his flat toe setup. A ladder, I don't know, I would want a ladder. I'm not sure if Victor will want a ladder. We'll see. We'll see. The purpose of this video is one, to kind of show this coach and then maybe sell a few more items to Victor. So we'll see. We'll see when he gets here. He's going to be here all week. He may want to leave sooner. He may want to leave sooner when I get done trying to sell him stuff, but we'll see. There will be a port here for the flat toe setup for his Bronco. I believe he's going to tow. We're just waiting. When the customer shows up tomorrow, he's driving his Bronco in, so we're going to install the braking system on it. We always wait to do our port. That way we can decide whether we're going to put the airline on the left or the right. We try to avoid having any lines cross over your hitch. Preferably we have this on the same side as the Bronco, so we're just going to game plan that. More than likely, I think we'll see it on this side, but we just like to be prepared. This coach does have the factory hitch cam. We've added those as well. That is something we can add to your coach if you didn't option it when you built it, but it's also an option from Renegade. Gen Y hitch, that is the standard hitch from Renegade now. I think on these outside bays, we didn't do just the whole total lot to this coach. Trying to make sure I'm not missing nothing. A solid thud of a Renegade door. You don't get that on any other coach, guys. Just a touch base. We've got a sold show hauler right here. This one's going to be going home as soon as we can get it ready. We've already started the blackout kit on it. This one will be getting ceramic. Long list on this coach to get done. This is the Herd 300, so on the front of this coach we're videoing right now. It's the 200, this is the 300, so you see it covers your headlights further. Comes up higher on the radiator. This is the generator exhaust we've taken off of that coach. You know, anything that's metal, when we're doing the blackout package, we powder coat. If it's plastic, goes to a paint shop. The test is if you can stick it in the microwave and it balloons your microwave, it starts going fireworks, then that means you can powder coat it. There's metal in there, so. Ask me how I know. That's how we test. We did do the factory visors. Come around this side and I'll show you this. Customer sent us some visors. Let me latch that. Sorry, that beeping's gonna drive me crazy. Come around this side. I think you'll be able to see this better. Victor wants to be able to do 97 miles an hour with the windows open. So what we did, he sent us these visors here. With the black, they kind of blend right in. You know, on a different coach, you'd probably notice them, but these are just something he found online, I believe, shipped to us. So we installed them. We use bubble gum to stick those on. Hubba Bubba. Juicy Fruit just doesn't stick very well, so we don't use that. Hubba Bubba is the only one. Going inside, we've got a couple things. I'm going to walk in, take my shoes off, show you a few additions. Come on in. I'm going to see, you can come in here, look down that direction, kind of show the people what it is when it's all closed up, and then I'm going to open these slides. I'm also going to turn the AC on in here because it's a toasty 82. It's been hot in Texas. Hot, windy. I've been trying to do this video all day, and I was like, surely the wind will die down. We'll pull the coach out. Nope. We're inside. It's 8:30, Sunday, the 22nd of June. Wind has not stopped blowing for 3 days. Run these slides out. This living room slide right here is going to be ultra super fast, hydraulic. This is going to be a 4-slide coach, bath and a half. You know, depending on how well you like each other, you can sleep 2 adults up top on the bunk. This couch underneath the televator is a jackknife. You know, if it's a late night, you may be able to sleep in the theater seats. I've done it a time or two. The dinette booth does make a bed as well. I'm going to run these rear slides out. So like I said, bath and a half coach, heated tile floors front to back. You're gonna have 3 15K rooftop ACs. All of those are heat pump. The middle AC, I just turned it on. We're not plugged into power. So this is a dual inverter lithium setup coach, meaning we can run this middle AC going down the highway, no shore, no gin. We can change that if you're the type of person that wants your bedroom super cold when you're boondocking. We can change it to the rear AC, front AC, kind of just based on the users, how they use it. So a couple things right off the top. This is the factory installed coat hanger, key hanger, dog leash, whatever you're gonna do. Sombreros, really good to go right there. We added this one. We keep this wood in stock. Double L keeps us in stock with these, so we can add these just about anywhere. Maybe not the shower. Probably don't want to add one in the shower or the fridge, but we could. I mean, if you have to have one, we will do it. We won't tell you no. Might tell you you're crazy, but we won't tell you no. I'm gonna turn that off because I think it's a little loud. So, awning controllers. These are going to be the controllers for the driver side awnings. Let me see, passenger side is controlled with the touchpad there. We've got missing sink covers. They're hidden. I think we took them to the pawn shop so we could get lunch this week. No, I'm just kidding. We hid them down here. So I'm pretty impressed with Aaron and Josh. I don't know if they whittled this out of mahogany or if they got this online, but what we got is our sink holder cover. So this pulls out. Look at that guy. Gives you a place to store them. Really nice. So obviously we can take these out, go right back to where they belong. But if you like to, if you're cooking, cleaning, doing the dishes, and you want some place to keep them, we've got that. So I guarantee that won't be the last of these we'll be doing. Good job to Aaron and Josh for figuring that out. These guys never cease to amaze me. So we got that. Going forward, we have, let me turn some lights on up here. So this coach does, being that we ordered it with the hitch cam, it come with the Garmin. We added the customer's dash cam. That is, I believe, a Garmin dash cam. So with Wi-Fi capability. So once we set that up, customer will be able to view that through the Starlink that's comes on the coach. Keep an eye on what's going on. When I turn this key on, it's automatically going to draw all our awnings on. I just kind of want to turn this dash on and show it off. These new Freightliners, guys, if you've ever owned a Mercedes, there's a lot of similarities to these. We got the jams going too. All right, we'll stop goofing around. That is a good song though. Anyway, so very similar to a Mercedes. This screen over here is touchscreen. I can view all my stuff. I got navigation. I do have wired CarPlay. Very often we add the wireless CarPlay modules. So shout out to our friends Jimmy and Bobby over at JD Glassworks local shop. Very good guys. Do some really nice high-end custom car builds. Hit them guys up if you got any audio needs. But what they do for us is they make this block-off plate. We take and install a wireless CarPlay module. So right now you have to use a cord. With us doing that, it's a true wireless CarPlay. Now we don't just take this off and block it off. We take this, put a plate that they make for us, and we put 2 USBs, 2 ports. So you're gonna have 4 more chargers, so you can charge like everything at once. This screen in front of me is not touchscreen. This coach does have, adaptive cruise control, side guard assist, very safe coaches to drive. Engine, 3-speed engine brake. These coaches are beautiful. They handle well. The wind doesn't bully them. The tandem axles, it's just they're fun to drive. 600 horsepower, 1,850 foot-pounds of torque. So, you forget how big these things are because they have so much torque until you got to slow them down in a hurry. Then you realize, hey, I am driving a house. So they'll impress you how well they turn, how fast they pick up the speed. You can blow the doors off of just about anybody. They are limited at the factory to 74 miles per hour. So it'll get there in a hurry, but it's not going to go past 74. There's tricks around that. We'll talk about that on a different time. Turn that off. Let me see. I'll turn the clearance lights off. I don't even know how to turn the truck off. Look, turn the headlights off. Turn the key off. Cab seats are leather seating. Heated seats. These are air ride seats. They have 3 lumbar adjustments. A lot of upgrades we do. ISRI seating. We've done the pinnacles. These are a nice seat, but there's just like anything. There's always something bigger, better. Heated tile floors front to back. These are a power recline theater seats. Very comfortable. Take a nap. It's 8:30. I could go for a nap right now anyway. Storage down there. You could put 57 Reader's Digest. Keep all of the additions. This does make a booth. This dinette booth does fold down, so you can put either your height deprived friends or all your grandkids or nieces and nephews there, whatever you got to fill. Coming back, I believe this may spark some problems for Darren. I don't know. He had to pull strings to get this done, so I'm going to highlight this. We got a little cleaning to do, but Tecma toilets. If you know Renegade, you know the Santa Marine toilets are, right? Yeah. You got to flush them 4 times after a trip to Taco Bell to get everything clean. The Tecma toilet's better. That's all I'm going to say. With that, we added the bidet. So Josh found a water jet place. We couldn't find a bidet that would work on us. I think we ordered 3 or 4 different kinds. Had to send them back to where we sent them just because they wouldn't fit. This seat mounts backwards, backwards from every other toilet seat probably ever manufactured that goes down. So it mounts to the back. So we found one that was close, but then we had to make some adjustments. So we took it to a local water jet place. It's actually, they make gaskets, but they have a water jet. They made a really clean cut. You can't see it. Had I not told you about it, you probably would have thought that belonged with the toilet because it turned out so well. So shout out to Josh again on that. So no need for toilet paper. You do the spray and you just shake dry. Did that on both bathrooms. So no need for toilet paper. We're saving trees around here. I don't believe we did the water pump accumulator. I'm going to check, because if I don't, we will have done it, and we did not. Another one of those things that, Victor, you're on the hook, dude. You got to get that done. It's all the cool stuff. Victor was hard to impress, man. He's some of the things he's like, yeah, and then the other things he's like, Brett, you're crazy. Leave me alone. That is, so I was looking at it, but I didn't talk about it. This is generally a AV door, mesh or glass. He didn't use it. He didn't plan on using anything like that. So, Atari, no more Nintendo 64 thing of the past. So we just do the solid cabinet, blends in. Shelves can come out. The rear shower. Don't believe we added the water miser, but we did do the same thing for this toilet back here. So you got double bidets on your Tecma toilets. I think this is my favorite layout of the bathroom. Darren and I have different opinions on this. I like to think I can set the cruise control, run back here real quick, and get my business done, and then run back up there. So, we'll try it. Probably not with the sold coach, but we're going to try it one of these days. One of these days. Everything, I believe now is going to come standard with electric shades. The blackout portion is always going to be electric now, standard. So you have a switch. If I can reach, I'm a little short guy. So that's switch there, and then the back shade will still be manual. I think that's standard now. So if you want manual shades, you better buy an old one. Washer and dryer in this coach. We don't cut corners, so this is Splendid. Washer on the bottom, dryer on top. It's a 110 dryer, so it's not going to dry 15 pairs of Levi's at once. I think the book actually calls for no more than 3 pairs of jeans at a time. It's a 110 dryer. It's not 240 volt like your residential. So you do have some limitations. That kind of concludes the tour, guys. We're trying to get better at these videos. I need to get better at these videos. So if you have anything you need to see more of, less of, you want me to talk less, talk more, make sure you leave some comments for me. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe us. We're also on basically all the social media platforms, TikTok, Performance Motorcoaches, I believe, on TikTok, Facebook. Come find us. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you soon.